For my civic engagement project, I attended a parent booster meeting, a local business that has been in Washington for over 125 years, and a court session. A Marine Corps Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps parent booster meeting interested me because I've been ROTC for over 4 years, and this year I'm second in command of over 126 cadets. It is a bit daunting. I found out quickly after school started I didn't know much as I thought. I wanted to understand the policies of the unit better. I was not sure how too many parents would be interested in showing up with all the kid activities they have to pick up to support, and I thought it would not be too organized and planned for this session. The local business I chose, Seattle Tacoma Box Company, has been family-run business for over 6 generations and began in 1891. I thought this was pretty rare these days and wanted to understand more about what they do and how they've been successful for so long. I was not sure what to expect and just hoping to get a clue on their secret to success and a better understanding of what they do and why they do it. Finally, I went to a local Kent court with my brother for his traffic infraction. I have not been in an accident yet, and it has taken me to court or even pulled over. Knock on wood on that. And I wanted to be there to support as well as see him through the process. I was expecting this to be pretty intense and just wanted to see it firsthand where I could see the process and understand it better and being an observer rather than being involved myself. This first clip is when I was at the JROTC Parent Booster meeting. The board is comprised of 5 members, a president, a vice president, a treasurer, a secretary, and a member at large. During my video clip, Secretary Colleen Barlow is reading the minutes from the last meeting. The president had prepared and handed out an agenda. The treasurer had copies of the financial state of the club and reviewed activities in the account since last June and answered questions from the crowd. The secretary read the last minutes from the conversation and went from old business to new business with items in each category before adjourning. We are a very involved unit in our community, but it was very interesting to see why some of these things have been scheduled and logistics to make them happen. From competition meets to our weekly community service responsibilities of feeding the homeless and additional community service events in the city of Covington. It is amazing to see how many people are willing to come out here and help a school group with this planning. I talked with Mike Nist, the one at the head of the table, and he's the current vice president and one of the 5 owners at the Seattle Tacoma Box Company. This company is on their 6th generation, he told me, and the 7th generation is currently in college and will be working for Seattle Tacoma Box Company upon graduation. The meeting I attended was very informal. Mr. Nist had asked representatives from accounts payable, accounts receivable, customer service, and production, IT, to discuss the current food drive that they're having for charity and for Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. This year they had chosen Maple Vine Place to receive their support for their food. And this is to assist families and just before they become homeless to get them back on their feet. Seattle Tacoma Box has asked their employees to help in one of 3 ways: to donate non-perishable food, donate to a child, or buy toys for other children. And Seattle Tacoma Box will match all their donations pound for pound, dollar for dollar, or toy for toy. Listening in this meeting was very important to see how all their employees contribute to the business that's going on there. This third and final clip is when I was at my brother's court case. I was very surprised at how efficient this process was. They sent him in at a time of 1:15, and when we got started, they put him into a group, and they had to wait to be called. The entire group went into the court, and they listened, and they were called up one at a time. And you could tell, as he on his way down to the judge reads him his tickets, any notes, and a few questions about his ruling. In Jordan's case, he told him he can do 12 hours community service instead of paying his $300 ticket that he would have to pay, and Jordan accepted that. That was a huge relief, and I wondered if the judge would be angry or mean or this would take hours. None of that was the case, and it was a better experience than I expected out of this. My overall conclusion of this project is I learned a lot and I'm glad that I did it. As a senior, I find myself wondering and asking a lot more questions than I ever had before. I've enjoyed my time in ROTC since my freshman year, and I honestly wish I could have attended more meetings like this sooner. As I mentioned, we do a lot of fundraising, so this really helped me understand why, the importance of everyone making an effort rather than a couple people carrying the load of an entire group. It is very eye-opening to see how much future planning goes into an organization like this. Obviously, I was not with Mr. Nis long enough to learn all of his secrets of success, but the timing was perfect to learn that they are a very generous company who is passionate about their community that has supported them for over 125 years. Lastly, I was pleasantly surprised with what I saw in our judicial system here in Kent. It was quick and fair, and I was glad I was able to support my brother and get the experience for myself if I'm ever in the same shoes. In closing, this was very beneficial to me, and I will soon be out in the world on my own and a parent someday, and this proves that community can be a positive thing for everybody.